The U.S. Attorney General has announced a moratorium on the federal death penalty. It comes after a rush of executions during the Trump administration.
At first blush, that shouldn't mean much in Michigan, which was the first English-speaking government in the world to ban capital punishment. But in one case, it could mean life or death. News 8's Ken Kolker joins us with this story, all new at 6.
Brian and Sue, we're talking about the case of Marvin Gabriel, who has been on death row for nearly 20 years for murder on federal property in Newaygo County.
Attorney Paul Mitchell defended Gabriel in federal court, Michigan's first death penalty case in more than 60 years.
Do you ever see Marvin Gabriel being put to death by the government?
Well, I hope not. I mean, Marvin's Marvin. Whatever he did, whatever they accused him of doing, whatever he was convicted of, he is no greater than anybody else, and no less of a person than anybody else in many respects.
There are no doubt many who would disagree. Gabriel was convicted of killing 19-year-old Rachel Timmerman in 1997, throwing her into a lake weighted down and alive to keep her from testifying against him in a rape trial. Under Michigan law, the most he could get was life in prison because the state had outlawed the death penalty in 1847. But it turns out that that lake was in the Manistee National Forest, giving the federal government jurisdiction. Gabriel also suspected of killing 4 others, including Rachel's baby. A federal jury sentenced him to death in 2002.
And exacting this penalty, it goes against all the citizens of the state of Michigan when they do that. I can see them doing it, if I can see them doing it at all, in Louisiana or Texas or some of the less civilized states. But I can't see them doing it here.
The U.S. halted all federal executions in 2003, but the Trump administration reinstated them, putting 13 to death over 6 months.
The Trump administration decided to have a conveyor belt towards the end, and that was unseemly by any standards, by any civilized standards.
Then on Thursday, the U.S. Attorney General ordered the moratorium.
We are the last of the civilized countries to still exact this penalty.
Now Gabriel, who's now 67 years old, is still on death row at a federal prison in Indiana while he continues to appeal his conviction.